Dylan, here from Glitter Magazine.
How do you do?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
He's anxious to interview Jason.
Jason's not coming, Grandmother. We've decided to cancel the wedding.
Next on Glitter.
You have another game plan for Linda, don't you? And that plan includes a political wedding.
You know, I haven't had a chance to tell you what a fan I am of your work, Mr. Colbeck.
Sorry, Miss Randolph. For the public's eyes only.
One writer doesn't remember bumping off his most famous villain.
Maybe one who doesn't write.
Author of an unprecedented stream of bestsellers of the hard-boiled detective variety.
He's just published his 25th novel, which is on the bestseller list again, and on my nightstand.
His most recent contributions to American literature.
The blonde in the basic black body bag. You actually read this stuff?
No, I actually enjoy this stuff.
Good. He's doing a talk show over Channel 6 today. Part of his current promotional tour. Terry and Earl, I want you to start from there and get a fresh angle on it.
Boy, with all the interviews he's been giving, that's not going to be easy.
Well, whatever it takes. Sam and Kate, I want you to be there tomorrow when Amelia Braden celebrates her 70th birthday at the family estate in Santa Barbara.
Oh.
Chairwoman Braden, huh? Empress of the Airways.
Mm-hmm. I knew her as Aunt Amelia.
You didn't.
When she became the guiding force behind Braden Aircraft after her husband died, our families used to be real close.
Something tells me we won't be attending this event as gatecrashers.
No, indeed. You're invited guests, along with Justice Whitman, Senator Henshaw, General Hathaway. It'll be quite a gathering. And a rare chance to see 3 generations of one of America's most powerful families together.
Mm-hmm. Better pack a tie.
Do leave it out.
The ceiling seemed like they were 50 feet high. Thank you.
Yeah, well, they still do. So, This is the house that Brittany Aircraft built.
Uh-huh. Sure brings back a lot of fond memories.
I'm glad to hear you say that, Kay.
And Amelia.
Welcome. Oh, it's been far too long. And we've all become far too busy.
Oh, yes, we have.
You must be Sam Dillon.
Yes, I am.
I'm glad you could join us. This is going to be quite a celebration. My granddaughter, Linda, is arriving this afternoon with her fiancé, Jason Coburn. Oh, he's a real ball of fire, Kate. The youngest congressman in history. Even younger than my son Warren was when he was in Congress.
Political aspirations run in the family.
Gallup is more like it.
This is my son, Kendall,
Sam Dillon.
Pleased to meet you.
Chief Operating Officer of Braden Aircraft. And his wife?
And you must be Jean.
Yes. Hello.
How do you do?
We were just talking about Linda and Jason. I see such a future for them. Oh, well, we'll have the wedding here at Fairbrook, and then they'll fly to Washington.
One social event at a time, Mother. I think Kate and Sam want to know about this celebration. Your influential guests, how important you've been in their lives.
That's right. Amelia's made us all what we are today. Hasn't she, Kendall?
Miss Kovac, will we have time for the interview after the show?
I hope so. It's just
I don't see how. Why does the tape and go directly to a bookstore? Mr. Kovac has a personal appearance. And Judd will make the time somehow. He wants the glitter interview.
Shane Jordan doesn't seem to think much of women in your books, Mr. Kovac.
What do you mean? Takes them to dinners, buys them furs, jewelry, rescues them in every chapter. I don't know what you're talking about.
What a character.
I don't understand you. And the guy's a blatant sexist, and you really seem to like him.
His books are great, Earl. I got hooked on him in high school. Of course, I had to hide him in my locker at the time. And they're good storytelling.
Good marketing is more like it. Judd Kovac's a minor growth industry. I mean, he's a formula writer, isn't he? The same book over and over, year after year.
Just the new ones. They really don't compare to the early works. I think Judd and I should have those two reporters out to the beach house.
Do you think that's a good idea? One interview in glitter can add a couple of 100,000 copies to the hardcover sales. It's worth the risk.
Mr. Tobin?
How are you?
Miss Randolph? Oh, I'm glad you could be here. Listen, maybe we can steal a minute right now. What do you think?
Great.
Excuse me, Mr. Kovac, but the autograph session at the bookstore started 5 minutes ago.
Sounds to me as if your day is already spoken for.
Perhaps later on at the beach house.
This afternoon, then? Kyle, give him the address.
Can we just ask a few questions while we walk?
Sure, if you can keep up. Well, I hope they didn't see me there.
The reviewers noticed a change of style in your books after the first dozen.
Yeah, well, you have to change to survive, Mr. Tobin. Name of the game.
Well, your character, Shane Jordan, certainly is a survivor. My husband, too.
See you free.
Talk shows, publishers, autograph parties, movie deals. When does a man find time to write?
Funny. I was wondering the same thing.
So, what role do you play in the family business, Mrs. Braden?
As far as Amelia's concerned, the only thing I've contributed to this family is Linda. And I didn't even do that right. She was expecting a grandson.
If you want quotable material, Mr. Dillon, I suggest you interview my future grandson-in-law. He and Linda should be arriving shortly. This wedding means so much to all of us.
Yes, I'm sure.
Mrs. Braden would prefer mineral water and lime. Oh, here's Linda now. Excuse me, darling.
Martin.
Linda, darling. Oh. Happy birthday, Grandma.
Thank you, dear.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Linda, honey.
Hi, darling.
Mr. Dillon, here from Glitter Magazine.
Kate, what a wonderful surprise.
Oh, Linda, it's been a long time.
Yes.
How do you do?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
He's anxious to interview Jason. Where's Jason?
Jason's not coming, Grandmother.
Oh, last-minute congressional business?
Something a little bit more personal than that, I'm afraid. We've decided to cancel the wedding.
Well, what about your plans, the arrangements? Your future? Or perhaps he just has an advanced case of pre-wedding jitters.
It's not Jason's decision, Grandmother. It's mine. Just finishing a chapter for his new book.
No, not finishing, Cynthia. Finished.
And we were here.
Yeah, glad you could make it.
What's it called? A Good Day for a Murder.
My wife suggests most of the titles for my books, you know. Sort of keeps it in the family.
Excuse me, the publisher sent these contracts over for you to sign, Mr. Kovac?
Never leaves me alone for a second.
You know, I haven't had a chance to tell you what a fan I am of your work, Mr. Kovac.
Really?
Ever since dead is a four-letter word.
That's my first Shane Jordan. What about you, Mr. Tobin? You enjoy good literature?
Well, I haven't read enough of your books to know. Terry here has me on an enlightenment program to catch up on what she claims I've been missing.
Especially the early books.
Yeah. Kind of like those best myself. But you know what Shakespeare said. There are only a couple of good plots or something like that. You do what you can.
Sorry, Miss Randolph. For the publisher's eyes only, at least for now.
Sure, I understand. Sorry.
Yeah, I sort of promised him that this afternoon. Can you run it over to him, Kyle?
Sure thing, Mr. Kovac.
You lead a hectic life.
We were wondering when you find time to write. Do you have an office here?
Yeah, I got one, but I grab my moments where I can. Here, there, wherever. World is my office. When I'm on the road, Kyle holds down the fort.
Could you tell us
You
if
plan on using Shane Jordan's arch nemesis, Dr. Valentine, again?
Sure. You don't waste a good villain like that. He'll be cropping up again soon.
Even though he killed him off 3 books ago.
I killed him, I can bring him back.
Oh, that's right. You did kill him off, didn't you? Judd was telling me just last week how he plans to revive him. I'm sure you'd be as surprised as I was. I'm married to one smart man.
Mr. Kovac! Telephone, it's New York again.
Be right there. Make yourselves comfortable.
Excuse us for a moment, please.
what was that all about?
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Earl, but I got a glance at that chapter that he just completed, and the pages beneath it were from The Corpse Wore White.
Yeah, but you just flipped through them. How could you know that?
You don't forget a line like, he bled like the Red Sea.
No, I guess not.
And one writer doesn't remember bumping off his most famous villain, while his wife does.
Maybe one who doesn't write.
This wedding is crucial to my plans for the family. Linda must marry Jason Colburn, and you've got to see to it.
I can't help you with this, Mother. She's my daughter, not...
She's a Braden, just as you are. If Warren were here...
You wouldn't be asking him to sacrifice his daughter's future.
I wouldn't have to. Oh, please, let's not quarrel. I'm depending on you, just as you depend on me.
We're a very dependable family.
Linda's not my only concern. For some time now, I've been under a great deal of stress to find a new president for Braden Aircraft. Someone with more experience than you. I don't want to have to do that, dear. But if you can't help me with Linda, I may not be able to support your presidency any longer.
Mother, You can't mean...
The family needs this marriage. And we're going to have it one way or another.
Well, it was really grandmother's idea. Indirectly, of course.
I see.
She's always giving money to various charities and supporting worthy causes. And,
Or worthy politicians.
and when she told me about Jason's election campaign and how bright and dedicated he was, and that he really needed an experienced staff coordinator, well, I applied for the position, and...
Campaign trail romance, huh?
I imagine a relationship that could develop under those pressures could survive anything. Well, we've been through an awful lot together, that's for sure. He's a wonderful man and a dedicated congressman. But you don't love him enough to marry him, is that it? I thought I did, but...
Darling, your happiness, your whole life, depends on your decision. Don't let anybody make it for you. Promise me. Promise me. Not anybody.
Promise.
Right. I toast my daughter's resolve. Okay?
Mom? Don't you think that you've had enough?
I've had enough of a lot of things, darling. But not of this. Would you like to join me? I'm sure there's room for
You know, I could use some orange juice. Could you, let me take that for you. Point me toward the kitchen. Please. Sure. Thank you.
This is the lowest she's been since she came back from the sanitarium. I don't know, Kate. I'm really worried about her. Well, she seems just as concerned about you. I don't know why. It's only a wedding.
There's a ton and a half down in file. This guy's made a lot of copies. I don't know when he gets time to write.
Funny you should mention that.
We're especially interested in anything you might have on his wife.
Clippings on her career as a Vegas showgirl, college transcripts, birth certificate.
My goodness, nobody has any privacy anymore.
Not from Shelley. Transcripts. Hooper goes to college. Let's see that. Here. Oh, A's and B's.
I'll see what else I can get.
Put the rest in Terry's office, okay?
Interesting. Cynthia Kovac, formerly Cynthia Sims, from Council Bluffs, graduated with honor.
With a degree in English Lit.
Heavy emphasis on fiction writing. We could be onto a big story here.
Well, if we are, I'll bet Mrs. Kovac could write it for us.
Is this a private wake, or can anyone join you?
Oh, ma'am. Sure, come on, sit down. I'm sorry, it's just that I have an awful lot on my mind tonight.
What, the rest of the clan?
Everyone seems so upset about my breaking off my engagement. My dad, grandmother.
Ah, your mother seemed to take it pretty well.
She actually seemed pleased. It's nice to know that something can make her happy.
That's your decision, you know. After all, it is your life. What do you want to do with your life?
Quite honestly, I'd like to write.
Right. Really?
Some of the experiences that I've had on Jason's election campaign would make a wonderful book. At least, I think they would.
You should try it. You should. It's not easy. And it's good. It's really good.
Well, up until now, my life has been way too easy. I've always had an awful lot of help. The only grandchild, you know. Maybe that's why I rushed into that relationship with Jason. Sort of like the first flush of freedom.
Well, here's to freedom.
Yes. And relationships.
Well, there's plenty of time for both.
I hate this, Terry. I really hate this.
Come on. Be a sport. Just a friendly round or two with Kovac, and maybe he'll open up more to us.
But I don't know the first thing about boxing. I hate physical violence.
Didn't your father ever teach you to spar?
My father taught me how to do integral calculus. He was an engineer, not Joe Louis.
I appreciate this, Tobin. I always like to end my day with a good workout.
Have an interview that tapes in 1 hour, and then you're supposed to meet this producer.
Ah, lighten up. It'll all get done.
You'll do just fine. Stay up on the balls of your feet. Chin down.
Chin down.
Yeah, just to glance off any of the bloods. All right, now say to your left, his right. And keep your left up for the jab and your right down really low so you can go for a jab or hook.
How do you know all this?
Army bred survival training. It's a required course. Get him.
Looking good, Tiger. One thing you gotta promise me. Take it easy on the old guy.
I will if I see one.
Dropping the left. What'd you think of, that is a four-letter word?
I don't know if this is the right place to tell you.
You can't win them all. Hey, at least your partner's a fan.
Well, even I didn't think it measured up to your early stuff.
What does anymore?
Come on, Judd. We're talking major differences. Content, style.
Hey, let's evolve.
Or lose it.
Oh, low blow, pal. Low blow.
I didn't finish. I didn't finish. Or success overwhelmed. I still got to put the stuff out. So when they realize they can promote more books than they can write, they have to make a choice. So they get help.
Help? You mean Ghost Rider? You mean Ghost Rider, don't you?
That's what he means, Mr. Kovac.
Hey, you saw the way I live. No secrets.
Yeah, but this secret would be easy to keep, especially if it's someone close to you. Someone out of the limelight who nobody would suspect of writing hard-boiled dialogue, tough characters, but somebody with a background, somebody with special knowledge of the genre.
Like Cynthia.
But of course, that would be so obvious. A very clever guy would find someone else. Someone like...
Like Kyle. Bingo.
Kendall said that you were ready to see me.
Yes. Some sherry, Mr. Dillon?
No, thank you. Actually, I just come from downstairs. I was having a drink with your granddaughter. She's a very charming girl.
Exactly, girl. Young, impressionable, in need of proper guidance. I'm sure you can appreciate that.
Well, actually, I also appreciate the fact that she's a young woman who's really ready to try her wings.
And she has her family around her to catch her when she falls, which is all she needs. Which is why I'm prepared to offer you this.
$25,000? Are you serious?
Well, in exchange for your help in guiding my granddaughter.
You mean in convincing her to go ahead with the wedding as planned, don't you? I'm sorry, Mrs. Braden. I put a little higher price on my self-respect than that.
I think you misunderstand, Mr. Dillon.
I think I understand very well. You have another game plan for Linda, don't you? And that plan includes a political wedding. I apparently am a disruptive influence. Thank you very much for a look behind the scenes of what actually holds the Braden Empire and family together.
This marriage is very important to me. I'll double my offer.
Is that on the record? Because I think this conversation would make very good copy.
I warn you, Charles Hardwick is an old and very dear friend.
And apparently a much better judge of character than you are, Mrs. Braden. Good night.
Looking all over for you. A guest will start arriving any minute.
Sorry. I lost track of the time. I've been strolling down memory lane.
Since when are you sentimental over Braden aircraft product?
Product? In the 25 years of our marriage together, Braden Product has introduced a supersonic bomber, 3 jet fighters, and 1 daughter.
Not a bad track record.
Track record? Every damn plane on that assembly line can turn to scrap tomorrow, and I wouldn't give a damn. If you let anything happen to Linda, I'm warning you. You can't just give our daughter away to Amelia because she wants you to. I won't let you.
Jean, please. She's got me this time.
Show me a time when she hasn't had you.
But she's threatened to fire me. A word or two from her can keep me from working anywhere in the industry. There'll be nothing left for me.
If you give her Linda, there'll be nothing left for either of us.
It's true. I became a writer by accident. I just tripped on a typewriter one day.
Come on. I can't believe it.
I just want to check my phone messages and I'll get us something cool. Honey, I'm home. That crumb-bum producer didn't show. Oh, we went shopping. Why don't you make yourselves comfortable? Look around. I'll be out in a minute.
Nice place.
Well, I think it's nice that he isn't holding a grudge.
I don't think my jaw could handle it.
Trouble is, we don't have any proof that Kyle's ghosting for him.
What do you call this?
No, I mean something more irrefutable.
Kyle and Cynthia?
Boy, what do you think Colback would do if he found out?
I know what Shane Jordan would do.
What?
I never figured it would end this way. I got a wad of pocket money as big as my fist. An acre of prime beachfront. I mean, everything that the average guy would sweat his guts for. Fat City.
Not exactly Shane Jordan's problems, are they?
Yeah, old Shane is stuck in hot lead on the burning deck of a gun runner. I'm building a diversified portfolio, looking for offshore tax shelters.
Funny, I always thought you and Shane Jordan were really the same person.
Maybe we used to be.
Not anymore?
10 years ago, we're both mean and lean. He was fresh, exciting, genuine original. And I did my best work, holed up in a $2 a day motel with my old Underwood, bottle of scotch, and a fresh ream of paper.
And now you're a top-selling novelist, published in 17 languages. You could buy that motel.
Yeah, things are different now, you know? What used to work doesn't cut it anymore.
And Shane Jordan?
Yeah, maybe he's gotten flabby, too. Formula. Homogenized. We both liked it better then. It was simpler, more honest. It was only Judd and Cynthia and Shane Jordan.
Hello. Nice party? Traffic was horrendous. Amelia, darling.
Oh, John, dear.
Sorry, not even time to change.
I may never forgive you for being so tardy.
Do forgive me, but since your birthday cake is still intact, I'm sure I haven't missed anything really important.
Certainly not. Come on, you can help me do the honors.
All right?
Oh, Martin, you can light the candles now.
Wait, Martin. Grandmother, I have some news that I think is going to please you very much. I've just spoken to Jason in Washington, and we've set a date.
Linda, darling, what a perfectly marvelous birthday gift.
You two are so perfect for one another. Frankly, I never doubted the outcome for a moment.
I'm sure you didn't.
Linda, may I be the first to offer best wishes?
We'll hold the wedding here at Fairbrook.
Of course.
Splendid. Martin, you may light the candles now. We have a real occasion to celebrate.
What happened to last night's Declaration of Independence?
Well, I guess it's on hold for now, Sam. This afternoon, my father explained to me some of the realities of being a Braden. And, let's just say that this is going to be what's best for me and for my father. Sam, I'm a little worried about Jean. I'll be right back, okay?
Dr. Stewart?
She's lost a lot of blood. Well, physically, at least, she'll be fine in a couple of days.
Oh, thank God.
She is drinking again, isn't she?
Can we see her now?
Soon. She's resting comfortably, and I'll come and see her tomorrow. Do you have any idea what brought this up?
Well, she's been under a lot of pressure lately, but...
Business pressure? Perhaps
Perhaps the pressure of being at Braden.
Don't you think one alcoholic is enough in the family?
I'll tell you what I think, Mother. I think it's all gone too far. It's got to stop.
You're right, darling. We'll get Jean the finest help money can buy. My family means everything to me.
Your family? Or the Empire? Braden Aircraft?
My family is Braden Aircraft.
Except with the company, you know, you can take a look at the spreadsheet. You know what the bottom line is. With the family, the costs are hidden, and apparently they've been pretty high, haven't they?
What's going on here?
What's going on here, Charles, is that my mother has ambitions. She wants a Braden in the White House.
That was supposed to be Warren, I guess, but the heart attack put an end to that.
And then there was one, Kendall, who didn't live up to expectations. But there was one thing he could do. He could father a wonderful daughter.
And find another route to the White House? A first lady is almost as good as having a president in the family, right?
Why are you doing this to me?
Oh, stop it, all of you! I'm marrying Jason because I want to. I'm doing it for me.
Come on, Linda. You're doing it for yourself, or you're doing it for your father?
Don't do it for me, Linda. I sold out long ago. Don't make the same mistake for anyone. Not for me, not for your grandmother.
I want what's best for you. Sure, I've pushed, but someone had to, and I haven't done anyone any harm.
Tell that to Jean.
Amelia?
I can only say, Mr. Hardwick, that none of us expected this to happen.
We'll discuss this later.
Am I interrupting something?
Research from the depths of the glitter archives. You know, I don't know how Shelley manages to come up with all this stuff. It's vintage early Kovac, his first published short story. And you're right, it's not bad.
Two can die as cheaply as one. Catchy title. Sounds like something an outraged husband might be thinking.
Yeah, and after our little session at the firing range, it seems like what Judd Kovac is thinking about.
Do you think he knows?
About Kyle and Cynthia? He's sure got something on his mind. Look, he knows we're suspicious that he's got a ghostwriter. What if he's trying to save his career and his marriage in one move?
And get rid of Kyle. Kovac's a smart man. Too smart a man to take us out to a pistol range and show off his marksmanship if he's planning on doing something. Talk about tipping your hand. Unless... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This all sounds too familiar. His second novel, Death, Where's Thy Sting, involves an accidental murder case where the murderer's excuse was he was cleaning a pistol that he'd been test firing, and he'd taken his friends out to the pistol range as part of the setup.
And all that time, I thought he was bearing his soul to us. We're supposed to be his alibi. And he's gonna kill Kyle.
Do you have the number at the beach house? It's busy.
Oh, we're off the hook.
Amelia, I thought perhaps...
I've lost them, Charles. One by one, I pushed them all away from me. Now even Linda.
If there's anything I can do...
Your Mr. Dillon was right. I'll never get them back. Am I really such a monster? Everything I did for them.
70 years, 2 children, a beautiful granddaughter, an industrial empire, accomplishments enough for a dozen men. You're too strong for self-pity.
When Richard died, he left me not only a family, but a corporation. I had to be strong. He had such grand ambitions for us. I couldn't let him down, not even in death. It wasn't easy. Everything I did. Oh, I'm an old woman, Charles. I don't want to die alone in an empty house. I want my family and friends around me. Now it's too late.
If I've met one woman in my life for whom it will never be too late, it's you, Amelia.
The scars are too deep. They'll never heal.
With time, they will, and with love.
Too late. Too late.
The best way to hold on to love is to let it go. Don't try to control it. Let it be what it must be.
Charles, what can I do? Where can I start?
With Linda. Tell her the truth. That her love is the only thing that matters. If that is the truth.
Mr. Responsibility here, we're gonna have a little accident. See, I'm gonna place the gun right here so that the trajectory will be right when the coroner tries to put the pieces back together. And I'm gonna pull the trigger.
No, Judd.
She's gonna cry. I'm gonna be racked with guilt, and you're gonna be dead. I trusted you. I trained you, I taught you how to write, I set you up with annuities, and you try to steal my wife.
Judd, please.
Blame me. Blame us. The 3 of us. Our situation. You on the road, promoting Shane Jordan. Kyle and me, grinding out novels. Beating deadlines together. It just kind of happened.
It'll never happen again, Cynthia. Get out of the way.
So I never stopped loving you, Judd. You've got to believe that. It's just that you were never here.
Don't do it, Judd.
We know all about it. The murder plot from Death Wears Thy Sting.
Back to the source.
Yeah. My last original, Shane Jordan.
You've got a lot more originals left to write. You've got too much left to do. You're not going to pull that trigger.
How do you know what I'm going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. What the hell? It's empty anyway.
You mean you never intended to...
I intended. I just couldn't follow through. Figured the least I could do was scare the hell out of him, though. Now, there's one big difference between Shane Jordan and me. He never misses. I've been missing a lot lately. I've been missing the years of struggle to make it. I've been missing the writing. Most of all, I've been missing you.
I meant what I said, Judd. I never stopped loving you.
He tried to kill me, Cynthia.
With an empty gun, Kyle. We could give up the house. We could give up the talk shows. The autograph parties, the interviews. And you could write your own books again.
I don't even know who Shane Jordan is anymore.
You'll find a new character.
I'd buy the books.
And after reading your earlier novel, the ones you wrote, I would too.
What do you say?
Like Shane Jordan said, let's sleep on it.
Oh, Kyle. One thing.
Bingo.
I'm sorry, darling. That was a very foolish thing your mother did. I guess it wouldn't have solved anything anyway.
Well, I'm afraid the only solution now is to get some professional help.
I suppose you're right. Kendall.
You were right about everything. You were.
I think there's too much talk about who's right and who's wrong in this family.
Grandmother.
How are you feeling, Jean?
You asked that as if it mattered.
It does matter. Please understand, you all matter to me. I'm afraid I've simply found the wrong way of showing it. In the past.
Sorry to intrude. Jean, I hope you're feeling better. Just want to say goodbye.
We also wanted to apologize for any problems we might have caused you.
Problems you caused? The problems were there. You, simply opened my eyes to them.
Bye.
And Jason and Linda?
I feel very strongly about that. She will marry him. But only if she truly loves him. Life, I'm finally learning, is much too short to waste a precious moment of it.
Oh, Grandma. Quite a leap, I'd say.
Well, not exactly a leap. It's certainly a step in the right direction.
We'll be back in a moment.
You know, for a child whose movie career begins in less than 24 hours, Melissa seems to be handling it all very well.
Next on Glitter.
Your mother never complained of an obligation in her whole life.
No, I don't care. I don't want to do this dumb picture anyway.
But the way you wrote about the men and their jobs makes the guys so real.
That reality might sell books, but it does not make friends.
Back up. You back in the room.
Now, you made a bad move. I'm giving you a chance to back off.
Saturday Santa's sack carries enough money to save an orphanage, but it's got a string attached, and only the fall guy can cut it loose. Then Lady Blue sees red when a modern-day Jack the Ripper kills a close friend. Afterwards, there's plenty of Christmas cheer when 3 Santa Clauses show up aboard the Love Boat.